What bees live at Weaver Lake and how are they connected to our ecosystem? Bees pollinate our flowers and 40% of our food. Without bees, we would not have any variety of foods.
Importance of bees. All bees are important for pollinating because they each have their own job to pollinate different flowers. Bees need to pollinate the flowers so they can have food for them, other animals, and us. Different bees pollinate different flowers. All bees are unique and different. For example, only bumblebees pollinate tomatoes.
Other pollinators, bats, moths, butterflies, flies, and hummingbirds are all pollinators also. Bats pollinate at bananas, mangoes, peaches, and guavas. Bees are the most important pollinators.
Bee field trip. Honeybees are blamed for all stings. If a honeybee is affected by pesticides, she can't get back to her hive and she will die. We learned that pesticides affect how a bee thinks.
Native bees. Bumblebees, green metallic sweat bees, and leafcutter bees are all native bees. Native bees were not brought here by people. Honeybees aren't native.
Bee trapping. What's the most common bee in the Weaver Lake courtyard? Hypothesis 1. Honeybees are the most common bee found in Weaver Lake courtyard. Hypothesis 2. Bumblebees are the most common bee in Weaver Lake. Hypothesis 3. Wasps and hornets are the most common bee at Weaver Lake. Our data supports hypothesis 2. The most common bee at Weaver Lake is the bumblebee.
Threats to pollinators. Some threats to pollinators are pesticides, varroa mites, habitat loss, disease parasites, monoculture, flowerless landscapes, and GMO seeds.
And here's what you can do. Please plant bee-friendly flowers, educate others, and take political action.
Here's why it's important. They pollinate 40% of our food. They pollinate our flowers.
Credits:
Takiya,
Katherine,
Krista, and special thanks to Mrs. Jutton, Mrs. Vasquez, and Mrs. Strommen.